Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about different creative project ideas I've had about the different sabbats, things you can do that are like long projects that you can do over the course of a year, and at the end of the year you will have really cool art. Now this is in loads of different art forms. Not all of them are really hard, most of them are quite easy and beginner friendly, so I'm hoping that by the end of this video you'll have a couple of creative projects that you can go and do. By the end of the video you will be so inspired to create something, so you can go and make it, and then you can make a video about it or a short about it and use this hashtag. I haven't thought up what the hashtag is going to be yet. I want to make it something easy and something that's linked to my channel so I can easily find it, and also that it's not going to get confused with any other hashtags. So I'm so excited for this video. I'm sorry if the camera shakes, it's because we're on my bed, because I thought it would be a fun filming location. Let's just get into the video. I'm so excited. I absolutely loved writing this video, so it's going to be so fun. Okay, right. So the first one that I have is to write a poem for each sabbat. This is the most like traditional thing you can do on this list, except for maybe like the painting ones. So what you can do is each sabbat you can write a poem. They can all be in the same style, or each of them could be in a different style, one that's stylistically suited to the sabbat. Or if you did them all in the same style, like one year you decided to do all of your sabbat poems as haikus, and the next year they could all be like sonnet form, then after a couple of years you have loads of really cool poetry anthologies, and this means you could even publish them. So if you created like a book of poems and you could add like extra witchy poems in, like you could write some about the different full moons, some about other times of year that make you feel really witchy, then you can add it together in a big book, and you could even publish it. You could publish it for free, like on, I don't know if it's free actually, you publish it on Amazon, and people who go and buy it. So that would be a really cool idea. This is making me really excited for me to see what everyone's creative projects are going to be after this video. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Yeah, please don't let me down, people. We need to get creative. Okay, right. And then what you can do is turn each poem into a song, or you could write a song for each sabbat, and then after a year you will have 8 songs. You could also write one for different moon phases, and then you have a whole album, or an EP if you do like the 8. And that is so exciting. You could also do like a whole album and do a song for each album, and it could be about a relationship and like the stages that the relationship goes throughout the year. And it's kind of like a check-in point at every sabbat as to how the relationship is going, or how like a project is going, but relationship is more like traditionally musical, I guess. So like you could meet someone in Imbolc, like you can make it fictional, you can make it based on your own relationship. You could like meet someone in Imbolc, and so Imbolc is like sowing the seeds for like the relationship, and then like in Ostara and like Beltane, then the flowers come up and you're like having like this lovely relationship, and then you're starting to like make plans together as you're like planning for the winter months, like in the darker time of the year, and then like you might have Samhain's quite dark, so you might fall out, and then the song's about falling out. So you can make it based around the wheel of the year, and then you have like this cyclical album project. So I think that would be a really cool idea. Another idea I had with songs, they don't have to be with words, they could just be instrumental. And something that would be really cool is if you made lots of different songs, and one for each genre, and each genre is related to the time of year. So if you had one for Yule, it could be like a traditional pagan Christmas caroly song celebrating Yule, and then like for Imbolc you could have like a piano piece that is really my brother's doing his homework and he's like right underneath this floor. That's so silly. Right, anyway, so what you could do is you could have all of them different genres. So the one in Inbox, it'd be like a pretty piano piece. It could sound like snow is falling and like the snowdrops are coming out. And then Beltane, you could have like this really lively song. And then Samhain, you could have like this really like creepy song. And yeah, that'd be a really fun idea. Or you could have one long song that goes through the stages of the year. That would be really, really interesting. So when you hit all the different points of the sabbats, it could like modulate into a different key. So like, if you don't know, most songs are in a key. Some of them aren't, some of them are just like random. So it means that all of the notes are in the same. Why am I doing music theory? But yeah, so you can like go up a key each time you go up a sabbat. So it could start in C and then go up to D and then E and then higher and higher and higher. So yeah, that would be really, really interesting. And then you could also, what ideas did I have for this? Yeah, minor keys for the colder times of year. You could have a slower tempo to represent you could have a slower tempo, and you could also represent the different plants or animals that grow or thrive at that time of year, like Inbok, and like I guess Christmas time reminds me of like rabbits, because they're like full of life and they're like the colour of snow, some of them. I don't know, that's just like a personal thing that I associate. Or like sheep in Inbok, because it's like just before lambing season, so you could have the music sounding like it's about lambs or it's about rabbits. Or if you think snowdrops, you could think about making the rhythm and the melody sound like you've got just one glorious snowdrop coming up like in the music, and then you could have all of them then coming up at once, and it's like really, really fast melody, but it could like start off really, really slow, and then you have all of these different snowdrops coming up. That would be really, really interesting to hear. You could have arpeggios with falling leaves, or you could even have glissandos when you've got loads and loads of leaves falling down at once. That would be really, really interesting to hear. You could, yes, I've already talked about that. One song that shows the changing of the year and like one thing, and then it could be a song that goes well on a loop, so you can play it in a loop and it's like the year goes on and on and on, and it'd be really, really interesting. Or you could have a long song where it switches instruments, so it starts off with, I don't know, a violin, then it moves on to a piano, then it moves on to a guitar, and then something really random like a harpsichord, and then it just goes along. That'd be really, really interesting. Is there anything I've missed? If you can't read music, you can use apps like GarageBand and BandLab, so you don't have to be able to read music to write a Sabbath song or to write like a big album of Sabbath music. Like, it doesn't have to be as scary as I'm kind of making it sound, like this massive project. It could just be like something really fun, because you can get GarageBand on most Apple phones, you can get it on iPad, you can get it on MacBook. Don't know who can afford one of those though. So you can get lots of free music making apps that are really easy to use. There are some that are quite difficult. There's like DAWs, digital audio workspaces, that are really complicated, but there are different, what do you call them? There are different, I literally wrote it in here so I didn't have to remember what this thing's called. Samples. There are different samples that you can use and put together, so it is easier to get ideas, and that was something that was really good that we did in music GCSE. So we didn't have to write all of the notes ourselves. We could listen to different tracks, so you might have a drum beat that you like, and then you might hear like a melody on a piano that you really like, and then you add them together, you stack different things together, you fade one thing in, one thing out, and you layer up the music, and it's really easy to do on your phone. You don't need to know anything about music, you just add the different blocks together, and it's really, really fun. And yeah, you could just start with like an instrumental thing and then think, oh, I really want to add some words to this. Then you could start adding words. You could talk about how people feel at this time of year. You could then talk about what's important to remember at this time of year. Even if people are feeling like this way, they should remember this and be grateful for this. Or you could write like 8 different songs about one thing and the way that it changes. Like with the relationship, you could talk about a tree and really like personify the tree. You could do this with a poem as well, and you could talk about when the tree sheds its leaves, how it's feeling, and then as it moves through the year, when it's growing its leaves again. That would be a really interesting idea. So yeah, play around with it. It could be really, really fun. Oh yeah, you could even put angel numbers into the music with the note values. So you have like 1 beat, or you have like quavers. I haven't done music in a long time. You have like semi-quavers, dotted minims, all of these different things, but you could add angel numbers into your music. So you could have 3 minims together. So they're 3 notes that have the note value of 2 beats. So it's like 1 2 1 2 1 2, and like 2 2 2 means good fortune. So you could add good fortune into your song. So that's music and poetry. Let's move on to some art. This is going to be a really long video. I might put this into 2 videos because I have so many ideas. The next one is a series of mugs. Now this is a really, really fun witchy idea because a lot of us witches love drinking tea or drinking hot chocolate or just drinking anything warm, because it really just gives you a moment to just like be meditative, just be introspective, and just like reflect. So it's really, really fun to do that. So if you can make a mug for each time of year, then you can feel like you create a new tradition so that you drink out of your mug for that time of year at that time of year. So you could have, like right now it's Imbolc, you could have an Imbolc mug, you could put snowdrops on it, you could have blossoms on it, you could have sheep on it, lambs on it, and then your Samhain mug, you could have like ghost spirits, you could have like symbols that are related to your family, like with ancestor work. You could have, for Mabon, you could have like falling leaves. There's so many possibilities. And then you can even use these mugs in workings at that time of year, or if you're trying to get the energy from a different sabbat that it isn't that at that time of year, then you can use the mug that you've like infused all this energy into when it was that time of year. Something like Letha, you're building up all of this like positive energy, all of this like solar energy. So when you're celebrating Letha and then you want that like golden energy again, and it's like a darker time of year, like this time of year, then you could draw on that energy that you've saved up in that thing, and it's a really good thing to do. And there's loads of different ways that you can do these mugs. You could buy lots of different mugs and then paint them. You could, like the normal kind of ones, you could design them online, so you don't even have to paint if you don't want to paint, because sometimes it's scary to paint because you feel like it's going to look really bad and then you're going to have wasted a mug. So you could digitally design one and then get it printed. You could even have a series of mugs that have images on it from that sabbat, so you could have loads of pictures of you and your family enjoying that time of year. Even if they're non-witchy people, it's really nice to have pictures of you and your family, or you and your friends, or just you and like your pets, or just you on your own. Like I love putting up pictures of myself enjoying different times of year because it makes me feel really witchy. It helps me get back into that mind space, so it helps you kind of celebrate it every year. So yeah, you could have like pictures that you've taken on it. So you might have a picture of a really nice tree that you saw at that time of year, or you might have gone on a really nice trip. So then every year you can drink out of that mug and remember all of the years that have come before and what you were doing on the sabbats in the other years. It could also make a really, really nice gift for a friend or someone who's in your coven. You could make these mugs over the space of a year, and then you could give all of them to them as like a Christmas gift. That'd be a really nice idea. So yeah. The next one is acrylic pour art. Now this is something I've been wanting to do for years and years and years because I saw Sophia Nygaard do it, and I've just wanted to do it for so long, but I haven't invested into the canvas because canvases are so expensive. Like, why are canvases so expensive? I don't know. And like the big bottles of acrylic paint. But if you already have these things or you just fancy doing this, it's really fun because I love colour and like working with colours, and you don't have to paint. So what you do is you get like a plastic cup. I don't know the exact way to do it, but this is how I remember it. You get a plastic cup and you mix acrylic paint with water in like different cups, and then you pour it into this one cup, and then you pour the cup over the canvas, and then it creates this really cool pour art. You can do it in different directions and make it really swirly. And what you can do with this and incorporate some Sabbat magic into it is by finding colours that you really, really like that are associated with the time of year that it is. So this time of year, I'm going to use this as an example time and time again because it's easy to talk about. This time of year you might have a really, really beautiful white to symbolise like new beginnings, the colours of things like the blossoms, the snowdrops. I am going to say snowdrops again. You might have green to signify the grass and that spring energy coming back. You might have brown to show like the mud because it's muddy wherever you go. You might also have like a nice grey to show what the sky looks like a lot of the time, but then you might add some yellow to show that the sun is coming back, that solar energy is coming back and it's going to be spring soon. And then we have Beltane with all the flowers. You might have lots of different pinks, lots of different purples, blues, all of your favourite flowers and the colours of all your favourite flowers all together in this pour art with some nice green to show all of the prosperity and all of the like heightened energy at that time of year. For Letha you might have loads of shades of yellow. For Samhain you might have different colours of pumpkins mixed with some nice dark colours. For Yule you might have the traditional Yule colours. There's so many things that you can do. You can even associate anything that I'm saying with a god or goddess or deity that you like to work with at that time of year. So like with the mugs, you could have different mugs for different deities and you could do different deity workings with them. So if you are doing a working with a deity, you could drink out of it like it's a chalice, or you could put offerings in the mug and leave it out for the deity, and you could draw like a symbol of the deity, like sigils that are like that deity, or you could get a mug that has a picture of the deity on. There's so many things you can do, and this video is just to inspire. So I've talked for 20 minutes now. I have so many ideas left, and I hope to share them very, very soon. I have another 4 pages worth, I think. Yeah, I've got another 4 pages worth of this. So I'm going to be doing another video where I share more ideas like this in a kind of way like this. I'm kind of sad that I haven't been able to share all of the things that I wanted to share, because there's so many really good ideas that I've had that I really want to share with you guys, but I'm sorry, I'm going to have to save them for another video. But I'm going to share one more that is easy for you to do right now. You don't have to buy any supplies for it. It's really, really easy. This is a Wheel of the Year Instagram account. So this is basically where you start a brand new Instagram account as a Wheel of the Year Instagram, and you do photography throughout the year. It doesn't have to be like professional photography, it can just be pictures you've taken on your phone, and you post them when you take them. So then when you look back, you can see the Wheel of the Year through all your photos, and then you might decide on a Sabbath day to do more of like a photo shoot. You might take some really nice pictures of you in like a Sabbath themed outfit, or you might just take some really nice nature pictures, so then you can look back and you've got all of these pictures, and you can put this on private so no one even has to look at it. It can just be for you, or you could have it public. So yeah, that's a really fun idea. Or if you don't want to take the photos yourself, you could get them off Pinterest and post them, or you could just do Pinterest boards. That was another one of my ideas. Yeah, but remember to credit wherever the photo is from. I know that's really hard because like at the moment Murder on the Dance Floor is like a huge thing on TikTok, and there's like a parody of it called Burger at My Nan's Door, and I was trying to find the original and I couldn't. So that's an issue with social media, you can't find the original. So yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys do with these ideas. I'm going to try and finish this series over the next week so that all of these ideas are out, so you guys are all inspired for this challenge. Maybe I'm going to make it a challenge. Oh, this is so exciting. So yes, because I want everyone to feel inspired and everyone have something that's in the art form that they want to do. If you've got any ideas that I haven't talked about, please leave them in the comments below. It'd be really funny to see if they are ideas that I've had as well. It's really fun. And I feel like talking about this, I'm gonna have to pick some things to do, because whenever I write these videos, I don't really do the things that I try and inspire others to do because of how crazy exams are and A-levels and stuff, so I haven't really been doing much creative stuff except from writing these videos. But maybe I will pick a project. Maybe I'll write some songs. I'm definitely not going to do the acrylic pour art because I don't want it to go wrong. And I like doing art when it's the summer so I can do it outside and not make a mess. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed the video. As I said, I'd love to see what you guys make from this. You can also use the hashtag on Instagram, on other social media platforms. I will be checking other social media platforms. I don't tend to use Instagram because it loses a lot of my time, so I'd rather not do that. But I will check it because I'd love to see what you guys make. Oh my gosh, my voice is going weird, I need a drink. So yeah, this video has been so much fun to film, and I shall see you all soon for the next part of this video, because that will probably be the next video that I make except for my in-bulk vlog. So yeah, again, thank you so much for the support on my in-bulk video, and I'll see you all soon. Bye!